Hello there, Sagittarius. Welcome to my channel. My name is Xabethegeminiwitch. It is such a pleasure to have you guys here with me today. If you guys are new here, welcome. If you're returning viewers, welcome back. So let's jump into your reading, Sagittarius. Hit that like button, comment, share, and subscribe. And yeah, let's see what is going on with you today, or yesterday, or in a week from now. Okay, so Sagittarius, we have service. I feel good when I help others. So there's something here, Sagittarius, in regards to you being of service to others that's going to definitely lift your spirit. What else does Sagittarius have? Spirit. What else does Sagittarius need to know? Okay, we have failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. And indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of life. So Sagittarius, you may have made a decision for yourself and you feel as though it may have failed, right? But you and I both know that failure is just an opportunity to learn, to grow. So if this is something that is holding you back and you are faced with a decision to make right now, and you're afraid that this next move, this next decision is going to lead you down the same road, that is definitely not the case, Sagittarius, because at the end of the day, you've learned, you are wiser now, and you've grown from your failures, okay? We have the Four of Wands. This talks about community. It talks about family. It talks about marriage. It talks about relationships, coming together, coming home. And then we have the Five of Wands. So you could be having some conflicts right now in your family life, in your home, and you're afraid of making some sort of a mistake. You feel like maybe you have to make some sort of a decision here. And you're trying to be of service. This could have to do with a relationship because we have here the Knight of Cups. So this could be romantic, okay, in nature. So you may be being presented some sort of an opportunity here in regards to romance, yeah. And quite possibly you're thinking about building a family, building a legacy with the Ten of Cups here. So, you know, but you've been through it, especially with the Five of Wands here. So you've probably experienced a lot of strife, a lot of conflict, okay? And you're trying to probably ask yourself, how can I be of service with my family? How can I be of service if I were to get into a new relationship? So your mindset is changing here. You're shifting, right? You're thinking about home. You're thinking about potential, you know, maybe marriage or maybe a relationship that you're in right now, but you've experienced some sort of failures and you don't want to repeat the same mistake. So you're kind of stuck in this indecisiveness. The Wheel of Fortune. So just know that whatever took place in your life, Sagittarius, this was a part of your destiny. It was a part of your growth. It needed to happen so that you can learn the lessons, so that moving forward, whatever decision you make or whatever situation you find yourself in, once again, you're going to do things differently. The Wheel of Fortune talks about things turning around for the better, okay? The Wheel of Fortune talks about cycles of life. So it's like the pain that you underwent, the situation, yeah, the Five of Cups. The situation that you've been through, it probably left you very hurt, okay? Very sad, grieving, right? Maybe even in despair, maybe even feeling some sort of abandonment. So, like, you're on the fence, like, should I continue on with my life, maybe being alone, like, you know, being around, you know, doing this whole love thing probably creates conflict, it creates drama. But I feel like you've learned the lessons here, okay? So, but you're still experiencing this sense of loss here when it comes to your family or, you know, just, you know, maybe your relationships. The Sun card. There's healing, Sagittarius. So this is about changing your perspective, okay? So you are going to have a moment where you're going to start to feel good again, but Spirit's calling you to feel these emotions, okay? Don't just like brush them off and think that every situation that you come across is going to be the same exact thing over and over and over again. Spirit saying that there is going to be a happier time for you, but you need to learn how to manage these emotions, right? Sit with them, journal about them, talk about them, whatever it is that you need to do, right? Maybe seek some sort of counseling. But there is some sort of hope here, right? Some positivity, some freedom in regards to these emotions that you're feeling, right? These are just emotions. You may think that you made some mistakes and that you can't turn back the hands of time, but something here is about to turn around for the better, okay? Especially when it has to do with your family and your love life. If you're experiencing some sort of financial situation where you may feel like, you got the five of coins here, a lot of fives here. So 555 could be significant to you. If you're experiencing some sort of financial situation, financial loss, Spirit saying that this is just a temporary setback, okay? That there is hope, right? The Sun card, when the Sun card pops out in a spread, that's telling me that despite whatever negative energy I see here, that things are always going to turn around for the better, and it's just a matter of time. So what is this Five of Pentacles, Spirit? Right, independent wealth, the Nine of Pentacles. So I'm getting a rags to riches story here. The Nine of Pentacles talks about independent wealth. It talks about, living a life of luxury, enjoying yourself, right? Being able to buy new clothes, being able to, like a glow up, okay? The Five of Pentacles talks about being in a temporary financial pinch. So Spirit's telling me whatever situation you're going through here, you're probably kind of like, you know how when it's like when they say when it rains, it pours. So Spirit saying that you might be holding on to like a lot of emotions right now, maybe because you experience some sort of failures in your relationships, and you're a bit indecisive right now because you're like, I don't want to make the same mistake. I don't want to make the same mistake. And Spirit saying that's not going to happen again, because now you're coming in with a different mentality, a different mindset. You've learned the lesson. Service. I feel good when I can help others. So I met this lady who she was in servitude, and she told me that sometimes when we're going through so many things, the best thing to do is put ourselves in a situation where we're helping others, right? When we're serving others, because that is when you actually realize like the situation that you're going through is probably not as bad as others, right? And specifically she was talking about homeless people. So if that's something that you're into, I would suggest that you do that, so that you can actually see like, okay, yeah, my decisions, maybe they made me feel like a failure at one point, but I learned from them, right? And at least I was of service to whoever was in my life who needed me at that time, okay? They may have needed your knowledge, your wisdom, your love, whatever that may be, or just for you to be there for them at that moment, okay? So this is about reframing your mind, reframing your thoughts, okay? So I don't want to see you pouting anymore, okay? Get out of that mentality of that sadness that you have. Things are turning around for the better, okay? Take that leap of faith and just know that this is temporary, okay? Yeah, so that's what I have for you, Sagittarius. Thank you for watching. Hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe. And I am taking personal readings. You can find me at Xabethegeminiwitch at gmail.com. Bye, Sagittarius.